Next up, we have The Pot of Broth, which was also written in 1904. The persons of the play are John Connolly, an elderly man, and Sibby Connolly, a young or middle-aged woman, as well as a tramp. A cottage kitchen. Fire on the hearth. Table with cabbage, onions, a plate of meal, etc. Half-open door. A tramp enters and looks about. Tramp. What sort of the people of this house, I wonder? Was it a good place for me to come and look for my dinner, I wonder? What's in that big pot? Lifts cover. Nothing at all. What's in the little pot? Lifts cover. Nothing at all. What's in that bottle, I wonder? Takes it up excitedly and tastes. Milk! Milk in a bottle! I wonder they wouldn't afford a tin can to milk the cow into. Not much chance for a poor man to make a living here. What's in that chest? Kneels and tries to lift cover. Locked. Smells at the keyhole. There's a good smell. There must be a still not far off. Gets up and sits on chest. A noise is heard outside. Shouts, footsteps, and a loud, frightening cackle. Tramp. What in the earthly world is going on outside? Anyone would think it was the Fianta Aeronet they're hunting. Sibby's voice. Stop the gap, let you stop the gap, John. Stop that old schemer of a hen flying up on the thatch like as if she was an eagle. John's voice. What can I do, Sibby? I ought to have had my hand upon her when she flew away. She's out into the garden. Follow after her. She's the whole wide world before her now. Tramp. Sibby, he called her. I wonder if it is Sibby Conneal's house I am in. If that's so, it's a bad chance I have of getting out heavier than I came in. I often heard of her. A regular slave driver that would starve the rats. It was the bad luck of the world brought me here, and not a house or a village between this and Tupper. And it isn't much I have left to bring me on there. Begins emptying out his pockets on the chest. There's my pipe and not a grain to fill it with. There's my handkerchief I got at the coronation dinner. There's my knife and nothing left of it but the handle. Shakes his pocket out. And there's a crust of the last dinner I got, and the last I'm likely to get till tomorrow. Eesh. That's all I have in the world. Unless that stone I picked up to pelt at the yelping dog a while ago. Takes stone out of pocket and tosses it up and down. And a long time ago I used to have much trouble to find a dinner. Getting over the old woman and getting around the young ones. I remember the time I met the old minister on the path and sold him his own flock of turkeys. My wits used to fill my stomach then, but I'm afraid they're going from me now, with all the hardship I went through. Cackling heard again and cries. Sibby's voice. Catch her! She's around the bush! Put your hands on the nettles! Don't be daunted! A choked cackle and prolonged screech. Tramp. There's a dinner for somebody anyway. That it might be for myself. How will I come round her, I wonder? There's no more pity in her heart than there's a soul in a dog. If all the saints were standing barefoot before her, she'd bid them to call another day. It's myself I have to trust now, and my share of talk. Looks at the stone. I know what I'll do. I know what the tinker did with a stone, and I'm as good a man as he is anyway. He jumps up and waves the stone over his head. Now, Sibby, if you don't do it one way, I'll do it another. My wits against the world. There's broth in a pot for you, old man. There's broth in a pot for you, old man. There's kept for me and a broth for you and beef for Jack the journeyman. I wish you were dead, my gay old man. I wish you were dead, my gay old man. I wish you were dead and a stone to your head so I'd marry poor Jack the journeyman. John's voice, outside. Bring it in, Sibby. You'll be late for the priest's dinner. Sibby's voice. Can't you wait a minute till I draw it? Enter John. I didn't know there was anyone in the house. Tramp. It's only this minute I came in, tired with the length of the road I am, and fasting since morning. John begins groping about his pots and pans. I'll see can I find anything here for you. I don't see much. Maybe there's something in the chest. He takes key from a biding place at back of hearth, opens chest, takes out bottle, takes out a ham bone, and is cutting a bit from it when Sibby enters, carrying chicken by the neck. John drops the ham bone on a bench. Sibby, hurry now, John, after all the time you wasted. Why didn't you steal up on the old hen that time she was scratching in the dust? John, since I thought one of the chickens would be the tenderest. Sibby, cock you up with your tenderness. My grand hen I've been feeding these 5 years, wouldn't that have been enough to part with? Indeed, I wouldn't have thought of parting with her herself, but she had got tired of laying since Easter. John, well, I thought we ought to give his reverence something that would have a little good in it. What does the age of it matter? A hen's a hen when it's on the table. Sitting down to pluck chicken. Why couldn't the Kernans have given the priestess dinner the way they always do? What did it matter their mother's brother to have died? It is an excuse they have made up to put the expense of the dinner on me. John, well, I hope you have a good bit of bacon to put in the pot along with the chicken. Leave me alone. The taste of meat on the knife is all the high-up people like the clergy care for. Nice, genteel people. No way greedy like potato diggers or harvest men. John, well, I never saw the man, gentle or simple, wouldn't be glad of his fill of bacon and he hungry. Let me alone. I'll show the Kernans what I can do. I have what is better than bacon. A nice bit of ham I'm keeping in this chest this good while, thinking we might want it for company. She catches sight of the tramp and calls out, Oi! Who was there? A beggar man, is it? Then you may quit the house if you please. We have nothing for you. She gets up and opens the door. Tramp comes forward. It is a mistake you're making, ma'am. It is not asking anything I am. It is given I am more used to. Well, you have the appearance of a beggar. And if it isn't begging you are, what way do you make your living? Tramp. If I was a beggar, ma'am, it is to common people I would be going, and not to a nice, grand woman like yourself, that is only used to be talking with the high-up noble people. Sibby. Well, what is it you are asking? If it's a bit to eat you want, I can't give it to you, for I have company coming that will clear all before them. Tramp. Is it me asking anything to eat? Holds up stone. I have here what is better than beef and mutton, and currant cakes and sacks of flour. Sibby. What is it at all? Tramp, mysteriously. Those that gave it to me wouldn't like me to tell that. Sibby to John. Do you think is he a man that has friends among the Sidhe? John. Your mind is always running on the Sidhe since the time they made John Molloy find berry gold on the bridge of Limerick. I see nothing in it but a stone. Tramp. What can you see in it? You that never saw what it can do. John. What is it can do? Tramp. It can do many things. And what's it going to do now is to make me a drop of broth for my dinner. Sibby. I'd like to have a stone that can make broth. Tramp. No one in the world but myself has one, ma'am. And no other stone in the world has the same power, for it has enchantment on it. All I ask of you now, ma'am, is the loan of a pot with a drop of boiling water in it. Sibby. You're welcome to that much. John, fill the small pot with water. John fills the pot from a kettle. Tramp, putting in stone. There now. That's all I have to do but to put it on the fire to boil. And it's a grand pot of broth will be before me then. Sibby. And is that all you had to put in it? Tramp. Nothing at all but that. Only maybe a bit of an herb for fear the enchantment might slip away from it. You wouldn't have a bit of slongless in the house, ma'am, that was cut with a black-handled knife. Sibby. No, indeed. I have none of that in the house. Tramp. Or a bit of the fearvin that was picked when the wind was from the north? Sibby. No. Indeed, I'm sorry, there's none. Tramp. Or a sprig of the Ather Tulla, the father of herbs. John. There's plenty of it by the edge. I'll go out and get it for you. Tramp. Oh, don't mind taking so much trouble. Those leaves beside me will do well enough. He takes a couple of good handfuls of the cabbage and onions and puts them in. Sibby. But where at all did you get the stone? Tramp. Well, this is how it happened. I was out one time at a grand greyhound with me, and it followed a hare, and I went after it. And I came up at last to the edge of a gravel pit, where there were few withered furze bushes, and there was my fine hound sitting up, and it shivering, and a little old man sitting before it, and he taking off a hareskin coat. looking round at the ham bone. Give me the loan of a capeen to stir the pot with. He takes the ham bone and puts it into the pot. John. The ham bone! Tramp. I didn't say a ham bone. I said a hareskin coat. Sibby. Hold your tongue, John, if it's deaf you're getting. Tramp. Stirring the pot with the ham bone. Well, as I was telling you, he was sitting up, and one time I thought that he was as small as a nut. And the next minute, I thought his head to be in the stars. Frightened I was. Sibby. No wonder it's all in that. He took the little stone then, that stone I have with me, out of the side pocket of his coat, and he showed it to me. Call off your dog, said he, and I'll give you that stone. And if you ever want a good drop of broth, or a bit of stirabout, or a drop of poteen itself, all you have to do is put it down in a pot with a drop of water and stir it a while, and you'll have the thing you were wanting ready before you. Sibby. Poteen! Would it make that? Tramp. It would, ma'am. And wine the same as Clare Militia uses. Sibby. Let me see what does it look like now. Don't look at it for your life, ma'am. It might bring bad luck on anyone that would look at it in it boiling. I must put a cover on the pot. Or I must colour the water some way. Give me a handful of that meal. Sibby holds out a plate of meal, and he puts in a handful or two. John. Well, he is a gifted man. Sibby. It would be great comfort to have a stone like that. She has finished plucking the chicken which lies in her lap. Tramp. And there's another thing it does, ma'am, since it came into Catholic hands. If you put it into a pot on a Friday with a bit of the whitest meat in Ireland in it, it would turn it as black as black. Sibby. That is no less than a miracle. I must tell Father John about that. Tramp. But to put a bit of meat with it any other day of the week, it would do no harm at all. But good. Look here now, ma'am. I'll put that nice little hen you have in your lap in the pot for a minute till you'll see. Takes it and puts it in. John, sarcastically. It's a good job this is not a Friday. Sibby. Keep yourself quiet, John, and don't be interrupting the talk, or you'll get a knock on the head the like of King of Lauchlin's grandmother. John. Go on. Go on. I'll say no more. Tramp. If I'm passing this way some time of a Friday, I'll bring a nice bit of mutton, or the breast of a turkey, and you'll see how it would be no better in 2 minutes than a fistful of bog mould. Sibby, getting up. Let me take the chicken out now. Stop! Till I'll help you, ma'am. You might scald your hand. I'll show it to you in a minute as white as your own skin, where the lily and the rose are fighting for mastery. Did you ever hear what the boys in your own parish were singing after you being married from them? Such of them that had any voice at all and not choked with crying or senseless with the drop of drink that they took to comfort them and to keep their wits from going with the loss of you. Sibby sits down again complacently. Do they do that indeed? Tramp. They did, ma'am. This is what they used to be singing. Philomel, I've listened off to thy lay near weeping willow. No, that's not it. It's a queer thing, memory is. 'Twas at the dance of Dermy's that I caught the sight of her. No, that's not it either. Ah! Now I have it. My paste and fin is my sole desire, and I am shrunken to skin and bone. Why would they call me pastin'? And why wouldn't they? Would you wish them to put your right name in the song, and your man ready to knock the brains of any man with as much as look as your side of the road? Sibby. Well, maybe so. Tramp. I was standing by the man that made the song, and he writing it with an old bit of carpenter's pencil, and the tears ran down. My paste and fin is my sole desire, and I am shrunken to skin and bone, for all my heart has had for its hire is what I can whistle alone and alone. Oh, oh, oh. Tomorrow night I will break down the door. Sibby takes a fork and rises to take out the chicken. Tramp puts his hand to stop her and goes on. What is the good of a man and he, alone and alone with a speckled chin? I would that I drank with my love on my knee between two barrels at the inn. Oh, oh, oh. Tomorrow night I will break down the door. Sibby half rises again. Tramp puts his hand on her hand. Wait now till you hear the end. Alone and alone 9 nights I lay between 2 bushes under the rain. I thought to have whistled her down that way. I whistled and whistled and whistled in vain. Oh, oh, tomorrow night I will break down the door. Oh, tonight I will break down the door. Sibby to John. I always knew I was too good for you. She goes on humming the tune. John. Well, he has the poor woman bewitched. Sibby, suddenly coming to her wits. Did you take the chicken out yet? Tramp, taking it out and giving it a good squeeze into the pot. I did, ma'am. Look at it there. He takes it and lays it on the table. John. How's the broth getting on? Tramp, tasting it with a spoon. Oh, it's grand. It's always grand. Sibby. Give me a taste of it. Tramp takes the pot off and slips the ham bone behind him. Give me some vessel till I'll give this sky woman a taste of it. John gives him an egg cup, which he fills and gives to Sibby. John gives him a mug, and he fills this for himself, pouring it back and forward from the mug to a bowl that is on the table, and drinking gulps now and again. Sibby blows at hers and smells it. Sibby. There's a good smell in it, anyway. Tasting. Ooh, it's lovely. Oh, I'd give the world and all to have the stone that made that. Tramp. The world and all couldn't buy it, ma'am. If I was inclined to sell it, the Lord Lieutenant would have given me Dublin Castle and all that's in it long ago. Sibby. Oh, couldn't we coax it out of you in any way at all? Tramp, drinking more soup. The whole world wouldn't coax it out of me except maybe for one thing. Looks depressed. Now I think of it, there's only one reason I might think of parting with it at all. Sibby, eagerly. What reason is that? It's a misfortune that takes me over, ma'am. Every time I make an attempt to keep a pot of my own to boil it in, and I don't like to always be under a compliment to the neighbours asking the loan of one. Whatever way it is, I never can keep a pot with me. The last one I bought got the bottom burned out of it one night when I was giving a hand to a friend that keeps a still. And the one before that I hid under a bush one time I was going into Ennis for the night. And some boys in the town dreamed about it and went looking for treasure in it. And they found nothing but eggshells, but give me the loan of the stone itself and I'll engage I'll keep a pot for it. Wait now till I'll make some offer to you. Tramp, aside. I'd best not be stopping to bargain. The priest might be coming in on me. Gets up. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry I can't oblige you. Goes to door. Shades his eyes and looks out. Turns suddenly. I have no time to lose, ma'am. I'm off. Comes to the table and takes his hat. Well, ma'am, what offer will you make? John. You might as well leave it for a day on trial first. Tramp to John. I think it likely I'll not be passing this way again. To Sibby. Well, now, ma'am, as you were so kind and for the sake of the good treatment you gave me, I'll ask nothing at all for it. Here it is for you and welcome, and that you may live long to use it. But, I'll take just a little bit in my bag that'll do me for my supper, for fear I mightn't be in supper before night. He takes up the chicken. And, you won't begrudge me a drop of whiskey when you can make plenty for yourself from this out. Takes the bottle. John. You deserve it. You deserve it indeed. You're a very gifted man. Don't forget the capine. Tramp. It's here. Slaps his pocket and exit. John follows him. Sibby, looking at the stone in her hand. Broth of the best, stir about poteen wine itself, he said. And the people that will be coming will see the miracle. I'll be as rich as Biddy early before I die. John comes back. Sibby. Where were you, John? John. I just went out to shake him by the hand. He's a very gifted man. Sibby. He is so indeed. John. And the priest at the top of the bory ain't coming for his dinner. Maybe you'd best put the stone in the pot again. The end.